It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Dr. Calvin Finch, Mark Peterson, and Milton Glueck here, ready to talk gardening with you at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Give us a call and be a part of the show. We want to talk to you. So, all righty. Let's see what else is going on. It's a pretty day. Can you hear okay, Mark?
Yeah. I found that putting the cord on the table.
Oh, okay,
and
good.
Not touching it.
That helps, huh?
Helps.
Okay, well, good deal. Well, if you want to be a part of the show on this Memorial Day weekend, you call us at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. All right, what else is going on, gentlemen? What's going on in the gardening world?
It's not only Memorial Day weekend, it's tax-free weekend.
Yeah.
And that means every plant is tax-free.
Anything water saver, right?
Anything water saver. Now, fertilizers, pesticides, and hoses are not tax-free, sorry. But compost and mulch and soaker hoses. I had a question. Trace found out about that. Clarified that.
And polymers.
Oh, and polymers. I always forget. Polyacrylamide and polysaccharides, polymers, they hold water in the soil.
Okay.
Particularly pots and beds.
And I've been waiting.
Yeah.
Nobody has asked me.
Cocoa
choir.
Really?
What?
Cocoa choir.
Okay.
So that would be a fine line. I would say.
I would say yes. Yeah. Me too.
Does the nursery get to decide, or?
I can justify its water-saving capacity.
Okay.
So, yes, I guess I get to decide.
So, have you ever seen these fuzzy long strips trying to prevent erosion?
Oh.
That's cocoa.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Or in pots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
hanging baskets.
Coco Loco, which is a Fox Farm potting soil. See, being organic, they don't want to put the polymer in there to hold water, so they put the cocoa.
So that's
the name, Coco Loco.
I had brought that on memory. Yes, that's a wonderful, better than peat, or even sphagnum. I like it better. It's more eco-friendly. How about that?
How do you define that as?
Well, I can grow a lot
out
of that.
of the back of your head, or?
Well, no, and I didn't pull it out of any other locale. No, it's just like I can get reuse, regrow the cocoa as opposed to peat. That's a lot faster with sphagnum.
But peat does hold a lot of water.
Yes,
and it's acidic,
and it is tax-free.
Good. Oh, peat's tax-free?
It holds 3 to 4 times its own volume in water.
If I'm doing compost, I'm doing peat.
We talked about that yesterday with that woman that was trying to acidify her gardenia plant.
That would have been an option.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm lazy, so I would buy the potting soil that was already there.
Oh, yeah,
then I would be feeding to compensate.
Yeah, we should have brought that out, too, that we had the acidic potting soil.
Oh, we talked a lot about the acidic fertilizers, but we weren't thinking in terms of saving the taxes.
No, that's right. All right, again, 210-308-8867. Trace, anything exciting coming in? You put together the list today and everything?
Mosquito plants.
Oh, good.
We
had that question yesterday.
Something that I haven't had that variety of mosquito plant in a while. We got more lemongrass coming. Lavender.
Lavender. We've gotten questions about a lot of people looking for lavender.
Well, this is the first week I've
been able to get it.
Well, no, first week that I didn't get it.
Tell us about
we've
that.
had it on the herb.
Was it on the herb?
Yellow canna. That's an amazing looking plant.
Yeah, the one over there.
I like the yellow-orange one. It looks more like a fire.
Is this? I mean, what is this one that you would use in a discipline in a border or would it be close to water? Or?
Cannas would never be disciplined.
So you wouldn't use it in a border.
It would not
near the house.
It does not stay put. So it is a root that meanders through the soil and pops up.
Okay, where would you plant it? What kind of environment?
In places where it has room to become a large cluster.
I mean, out in the middle of the desert, or
well, a half-day sun or more. You do have to watch for caterpillars. They do tend to like them.
Yeah, nice bed by a pool, maybe.
Gives you that tropical
restricted,
feel.
Yeah, for the tropical look. But it definitely, as what Trace has said, in a restricted bed is
it's
where
not,
I see it.
Yeah, because it's not. If it's not disciplined, it's tough to have it by a pool.
Well, if it's in a...
If you got an
an
outcrop for the pool?
Yeah. A stone or a big pot. Something that would prevent it from meandering anywhere else.
I like that word.
Meander?
Yeah.
Theoretically, it could meander.
Yes.
More than theoretical.
All right. I've seen them. Now that I've seen them here, I notice them more in the neighborhood, and people, they're beautiful.
This is the time of year that they are their showiest.
Yeah, they are definitely showy now, and they're mostly the yellow. Some are just an off yellow, but not the yellow
We got
orange.
like 5 colors. So
okay.
Further over, you'll see the one I was talking about, where it's
What's
orange
the
and
orange?
yellow combined, and we have red and some other.
Now over on River Road, they're on the edge of the water. Where do you see them, Milton? And any other kind of places?
Yeah, just
it can be
people's
used
beds.
it can be used as a bog plant. So in previous years, we actually bought them with our water plants.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they're spectacular in that situation.
So my next question for Calvin is, which moth or butterfly are we fighting when we're talking about cannas?
Well, we've actually given it a better name now because all the butterflies.
You don't call it Milton anymore?
No.
Okay.
Well, we used to. What did we used to call it?
I don't know, the canna.
Something roller.
Yeah.
Canna roller or something.
Yeah.
The leaf roller.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Leaf roller. But yeah, I think we put canna in front of that particular one.
No.
No?
No, it's got
A new name.
Trace is right. It's got a kind of a more dignified name, trying to give it some status, and just like all the butterflies. And I might actually have a document that has it in here.
I know. He's looking at his I bet. Milton is looking on his computer. Okay.
So
looking
the
on my
show is now on you, Mark.
Yes.
Everybody's
That's
looking
dangerous. But we're, oh no! Now he's got paper. Oh, that could be dangerous too. Canna. What do we call it? Canna leaf roller.
Leaf roller.
Leaf roller. And Calvin's right. We try to give these names just like the mountain laurel. It was the mountain laurel butterfly or mountain laurel caterpillar. Now it's Genesta. Genesta caterpillar.
Actually,
Yeah.
we call it what we call it now is the. So let's see here.
What? I just got
Cannas for Brazilian skippers.
Oh, there. Okay. Yes. So on Google, Mr. Google has that Brazilian skipper butterfly.
Skippers.
Skipper Brazilian, not just any skipper. A Brazilian.
Is that
skipper
the little?
butterfly.
It's kind of a little gray one, I think, with some pattern. Is it?
I don't know. A skipper always has a nice pattern. Oh, there's the caterpillar. I want a big one then. No, they don't have a big one. Of course, they don't have a big one on Mr. Google.
No, it's a small. Yeah, it's not a huge one.
I would say with Brazilian it would have lovely colors, but I guess not.
But it does have some patterns, some
It is what?
lines and things.
Oh, okay.
But it is small. But if you remember when it was just the negative name about it's doing damage to cannas. It was not huge. I mean, it was relatively hard to find.
No. We found it, or actually Calvin found it right before I did.
Brazilian skippers.
Oh, yeah. Well, we talked about that.
Oh, you're just making it up.
Well,
now.
we were trying. Mark and I were trying to remember what the pattern. I was thinking it was gray.
It could have been gray with orange or gray with.
I think it's got a little
orange.
So I guess the next question is: it a butterfly or is it a moth?
Butterfly.
It says butterfly. Mr. Google says butterfly.
Okay.
I know, those poor moths. So many more moths than butterflies, but they get the short end of the stick every time.
I'll get it.
All right, 210-308-8867. Al's giving us a report from back at the station from the NOAA weather site. 20% chance of showers today, 20% chance of showers tonight, 30% tomorrow.
All that's after 5, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's Al says. You don't have to worry about it. 40% chance Monday night, 30% Tuesday.
No, that's all day. That's during the day.
And I think he typed this right. It says 60% Tuesday night, 50% Wednesday, and 30%.
I'm okay with it all at night, but no, we got to not have that day rain.
Okay. But yeah, so we got some good rain chances coming up.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
Actually, it's not as small as I thought. It's 1 3/4 to 2 1/4 inch wingspan. It's chestnut brown with minimal patterns with a big black spot near the front of the head.
I could have sworn there were little orange streaks.
We're going to pass that to him so he can look at them.
Very plain.
Yeah, here we go.
Anyway. Oh, no, that's not anywhere where I thought I was.
No, that's okay.
Anyway, back to it. Cannas, and are they on sale?
No.
No, but they are tax-free.
They are tax-free.
All right, there you go. So you automatically save 8%?
8.25%.
Okay.
Almost 10.
Almost 10. Oh, you sound like when we used to criticize the $2.99. Yeah. Almost 3.
Not quite.
Not quite. No, it wasn't. Let's see. So we got the cannas, and they are pretty. I'm trying to think. Oh, I was going to give Calvin credit. I followed Calvin's advice.
Cash credit?
No, just recognition and acknowledgement credit. When you told me to move the cucumber that wasn't producing where the zucchini was, it's doing great, and I now have cucumbers. I didn't have them before.
What was the problem?
It was just kind of languishing, just looked bad and black and.
Was a sun situation?
I think it was a sun situation, either too much or too little.
Yeah, because that's surprising. Well, both the zucchini and cucumbers are easy. They seem to find a way to produce whenever you plant them.
So can I produce? So remember, I killed the one I had and then it had a cucumber on it, and I felt guilty. Can I take that cucumber, which we still haven't eaten yet, and take the seeds out of it and put it so it will have lived for a purpose?
Well, if it's large enough and mature enough.
Oh, okay. I presume it is. It still has little spikes on it. I didn't know cucumbers had spikes.
Just eat it. That's its purpose anyway.
Okay. It'll be happy if I do that?
Yes.
Do they have spikes on them that kind of hurt? Are they
it's early before they get real mature.
Oh. So it probably isn't mature.
Well, and it depends on the variety, the selection, too. Some of them are the spikes are pretty prominent. And I was trying to think, the ones that the pickle cucumbers, some of them have spikes, but because when you think about the pickles that they produce.
Oh, I'm thinking did you have something called a pickler or something?
Probably.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
So I think that's what it was. Yeah, the little variety. So, okay, well.
Just eat it.
I'll just eat it. Okay. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. The number to call to be a part of the show. Or come on by Millburgers. It's a pretty day out here. And it's got a nice breeze coming out from the south. And feels good. So we encourage you to come on out and enjoy it. Of course, y'all are open tomorrow.
We are open tomorrow.
The fan is south of us?
No, I think the fan is east.
East of us.
Okay.
So there's a nice breeze coming out of the east, in other words.
It was breezy this morning and last night.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just took it easy last night.
So
It's
side
actually
question.
pretty straight out of the south, I think.
Are you giving away tickets today?
I am.
I think you should talk about that.
Okay. So Festival of Flowers is coming up. The San Antonio Festival of Flowers. You know which one it is, Trace? 25th.
25th.
Yep. And this is the premier gardening event in San Antonio. It's at the Shrine Auditorium, which is, of course, on 1604 between Stone Oak Parkway and Blanco Road on the outside of the loop. You know where the Shrine is. But, you got everything that you want. Starts at 9 a.m. and goes at 5 p.m. Saws is co-hosting, and they're giving away 1,000 free plants while supplies last.
104. You have
One
four
of
choices,
four.
but you may
Okay.
not have 4 plants. You must just have one.
Yeah.
You have 4 choices.
But you've got the great exhibitors. They're all gardening exhibitors from nurseries, garden centers, and more. You've got the what else do you have? You have the
All the
Organic
radio
Round
show.
Table. The radio shows actually will be out there. Yeah. And what else? You've got the Plant Exchange, the Kids Zone, Herb Garden.
Good food.
Yep, good food, and the food is good out there.
Yeah. They traditionally had an herb market out there too. Is that?
Oh
still-
yeah, I don't know. I presume so.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
always
But it's not
been
on
real
the thing.
popular.
Yeah, the parking is free. Children 10 and under are free, and the admission is $10 for adults. I'm surprised a certain person hasn't come up here to ask a question to get her tickets. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, Lulu's already been.
Lulu's been here, but Lisa has not come by.
Yes,
to ask-
yes,
Oh, yeah.
not come back. Yes.
Yeah. So we need her to come.
Lisa, where
So-
are you?
Yeah. Uh-oh. You have a question?
She has a question.
We have a question. Okay, so check it out. It's it's festivalofflowersanantonio.com. Will you come on the air with us? Yeah. Come on,
No,
it'll be
it's easy.
It's easy. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
And you get your tickets to a Festival of Flowers by asking your question.
I have a Texas mountain laurel, and I'm wondering when is a good time to form it into a tree.
Not talking to Mike, Calvin. We can't hear you. Just turn it. So you
Well, they're not real fast growers, so you don't have to rush, or the timing doesn't have to be perfect.
It's about 4 feet right now.
Yeah. So when you mean a tree, what do you mean? A single trunk?
No, it's multi.
A multi? Currently, but you said prune it into a tree.
Yes.
So is that what you mean by a
Yes.
single trunk?
No. I wanted a multi.
Oh, okay.
2 or 3.
So yes, we usually do things in odd numbers: 1, 3, 5. So it's I'm assuming it's much more than 3 right now, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Generally, I like to do it twice a year.
Twice.
Yeah. So at the base, remove the ones except for the ones you want to remain,
Yeah, the smallest ones.
or whatever your heart's desire.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I usually say, leave 3. And then around July 4th, if there's any sprouted during the springtime growth, you can take those out too at that point in
Okay.
time.
Good.
It will take a while
Yes, it's not growing
I
fast.
know.
because of the
That's why
speed
we
of
have-
growth.
That's why we're buying that.
That also gives you time, and you can. It's not like some plants that you do the cutting and then you get a great quick response.
Okay.
So on July 4th, well, let's say in December 25th, you go out with some cocoa drink with the pruners and just prune. It takes all of 5 minutes. And then July 4th, same thing with a nice lemonade and take a pruners and you do the same thing. So, you're looking at about 10 minutes all year round.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Enjoy. We'll see you at the Festival of Flowers. All right.
And then, so just remind everybody, hey, come on up, just like that young woman did.
Yeah, there you go. It's as easy as that. All righty, we're going to take a quick break. Be back in a moment. 210-308-8867. More of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming up right after this on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Hey, and welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas. Did he ask a question on the air?
No.
Uh-oh.
No.
Need to ask.
Yeah,
No,
about
he's waiting for you.
tomatoes. Yes, he did.
We're waiting for you.
Not on the air. You're
Oh,
right.
okay, here we go. Grab that mic. You'll be on the air. What's your question?
Okay, I have Fuyu persimmon,
Yeah.
and it's been in the ground probably about 8 years or so.
Okay.
The first couple years, I actually got persimmons from it.
Yeah.
But the last probably 4, it'll get persimmons about the size of a marble, maybe a little bigger, and then they drop off. Is there anything? It's got persimmons now. I want to try to make sure I get to keep them this year.
What is the selection?
It's a Fuyu.
Fuyu.
Yeah, it's the
It's the
non-astringent
wonderful,
kind. Yeah. It is the one we recommend.
Yeah,
Is it in full sun?
full sun.
What?
I don't know. They're between them and pomegranates, they're pretty
Yeah.
demanding. I know. But
I
figure out.
can't. The only thing I'm going to fall back on and blame is the roller coaster weather that we've been having these past few years. You do have to watch out for the stink bugs. We talked at length of stink bugs yesterday, so they like to.
I haven't seen those this year.
But yeah, they would be if you had larger fruit, which you don't seem to have. So, yeah, again, I'm just going to be blaming it on the weather.
Okay.
They are self-fertilizing.
Right.
You don't have to have another one. So,
How tall is the plant?
yeah,
It's probably 8, 9 feet tall. Probably.
Looks good.
yeah. It's been in the.
It's not as full as like what my citrus trees are.
Uh-huh.
But it's
But
got
it's
leaves.
been in the ground for 8 years, and so it's past the waiting time, and usually we're going. It should be in full production right now.
And you've
9 years.
You've had years that had
Yes,
full
the
production.
first couple years I had decent production. In fact, like the third year, it was great.
Well, let's
all kinds of
go.
them.
Let's go to watering and fertilization.
Okay.
Always the first things. So, do you water?
Not the
Can't-
persimmon.
Not the persimmon. Do you fertilize?
I do. I put a little extra down when I do my lawn. I
Okay.
will
At
make
the
a
at the
couple
drip
extra.
line.
Yep.
You know, this year might be the year when you would. I don't think of watering persimmon or pomegranates either, but
Yeah.
then you think about this weather that we've
Yeah.
gone through and our lack of, our limited soil.
Yeah.
It might not hurt to give it a dose,
Okay.
even if
Right.
it's just every month.
Yeah, I would be going. Well, month of May, 2 times a month.
Okay.
You don't need to do more than that, but yeah, definitely this month it's supposed to be 4.4 inches,
Okay.
and we're not even at 1 yet.
Okay.
So I think a good shot of water. But yeah, I'm still kind of. I don't know exactly what's happening.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But those are what our toolbox are in our
Okay.
tools in our toolbox.
Okay.
And so I would get it. You're doing well with the fertilizer. Just give it a little water.
Okay.
Yeah, and keep us informed because that we got a lot of questions on that.
Okay.
What's happened to persimmon and all.
And then I got just thought of a second question. So last year I planted a Southern Sensation grapevine.
Yes.
And-
How did it do?
Oh, well, I don't know. I think the deer or something must have loved it. I don't have deer in the neighborhood that I know of,
Yeah.
but one day last year, It came in, I had a nice cluster of grapes on it. Grapes, everything, stripped the leaves, everything was gone.
Yeah, let's just say our urban wildlife. Let's just say that. Yeah.
And then, but then it came back, nothing came back, and so it leafed back out again. It was looking really good this spring. Something came, ate most of the leaves, not all of the leaves.
No footprints or anything?
No footprints. Well, I've got it mulched. It's around a garden bed. It's mulched pretty well. But it's like I've got Crawford lettuce planted right next to it.
Nothing else was eaten.
Nothing else was eaten but the grapevine.
Really?
Yeah.
Passed up the lettuce and
passed up the lettuce, passed up the kale, passed up the peppers.
Well, I'd pass up the kale too, but and they weren't ghost peppers, were they?
No, just regular sweet peppers.
Yeah, I'll be darned. Well, that is strange.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I don't know.
It sounds like a deer, but I just can't imagine a deer passing up.
Deer, yeah, we're not.
Well,
so everyone out there, Victoria Red was a long-time recommendation for grapes for San Antonio area. And now we have this other one, Southern Sensation, which is a white grape. Yes. But it's supposed to be highly recommended.
Well, whatever.
So I was kind of wondering how it turned out, but we can't really use you as an example because. All right, okay, so we'll go with that. It produces a great cluster of fruit. Now we don't know how it tastes, but we'll just have to ask some of the urban wildlife.
But a typical grape, even when something eats the leaves, they come back gangbusters. So try it again.
You can never go wrong with pruning. You can never make a mistake on pruning a grape. Generally, it's about 90% you remove. So, if somebody says, "Oh, I think I may have taken too much off," no, you probably haven't.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
We'll see you on. When is it? Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
All right, we're going to keep going here, but you're welcome to come by, and like that gentleman, you got a pair of tickets to Festival of Flowers next Saturday at the Alsafar. So come out and ask your gardening question in person and get on the air with us, and we will kind of gift you a pair of tickets to the show. So
it would be interesting to see if anybody is having great luck with pomegranates or
I know.
persimmons.
Can we put out a shout out for everyone to give us some pomegranate or persimmon
updates?
Updates.
You know,
or reports.
I think 15, 20 years ago we were having better luck.
Well, there was my slow to respond mea culpa. I was like, I used to know everything there was about Asian persimmons, and I have forgotten a lot about it. So I had to go back in the Wayback Machine in memory to try to remember everything.
Did you see Mr. Peabody?
No. See, you are one of the only persons who actually knows
what the Wayback Machine.
Mr. Peabody and his boy Sherman.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Look at this.
The dog, very well behaved dog.
Well, maybe they're just left here. I mean, they keep seeing all these pictures on the social networking.
All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Just making sure everything's going smoothly on the computer. But, there are lots of things to do here at Milberger's, lots of great plants, and it is a tax-free weekend for anything water saver. So your plants, anyway, is one of the things that you won't have to pay sales tax on.
Well, and another thing we talked about the fact that we didn't expect to see any monarchs. The migration was over. But the minute we did that, then we started to see some monarchs. It looks like there's still young monarchs that are emerging from the eggs because their conditions are so attractive and whole. I mean, they haven't had a long trip from Mexico City, so they're out there. So that means your nectar plants would still get some attention. I haven't seen any queens yet, but the monarchs will still get the nectar plants. And then, of course, the hummingbirds and the bees and the other butterflies are are pretty active right now. And what do we got? We got those lantanas, all different kinds, colors. They're
that's a big one during the summertime.
And there's a few zinnias over there, and a few pentas, 2 all-star nectar plants.
Well, we even have the Cora periwinkle.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one out there.
Have you seen it get much attention in terms of
as flower wise? No, but it's. I mean, for a flower nectar, yeah, not so much. But it certainly is beautiful out there.
Well,
as long as there's zinnias and.
Years ago, that was the most popular. For a while, that was one of the most popular flowers to be planted. And then, of course, we had the Areophytophora, and now we're back having Cora, and it is
Cora and the
Nirvana.
Yeah, Nirvana.
I think there still might be a few of those out there.
But I have seen Cora or periwinkle in the cracks of sidewalks, so it is a very drought tolerant plant.
And that white flower is hard
They
to
seem to add new colors.
Yeah.
Pretty much every year. And then they added the XDRs like 2 years ago.
Plant breeders have to have jobs, too.
And that stands for extra disease resistance?
Extreme.
Extreme disease resistance. Okay.
But and they work in relatively small containers too. In full sun, of course.
Yeah, they're good too. And yeah, they're not happy. The other dogs are still.
It's the big dog.
Yeah, the big dogs are nice and calm.
Well, no, they aren't.
Oh, they're calmer than the little dogs.
Zoomy too.
That the husky is anyway. All right.
One of them is, and the other one is.
Yeah, I think that's a husky.
Nervous.
All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. I'm trying to think of what else. Planted my Malabar spinach. So
Did you?
Yeah.
What you planted in? Container?
Container, yep. Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
So I had to add a tomato cage to my bean.
Oh, did you?
So I was doing it in a pot, so I put one tomato cage to use as a trellis. And I told my wife, I said, well, when it gets close to the top, remind me and I'll put another tomato cage on there. Zip tie it to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And so she told me. I waited a day.
Oh,
and
gosh.
I shouldn't have, because then it was about 12 inches above.
Oh, my goodness.
The one. So I had to be careful not to mess up the bean.
So what are you been harvesting the beans?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Oh.
I haven't been fed beans and told me that they were from our plant yet.
Yeah.
I know it has beans on it.
Yeah, it's fun to pick them off, and they just, then the next day they're back.
Yes.
Seems like, yeah.
Yes, and I gave you that warning.
You
have
did.
To be, every day you have to go and pick some. Otherwise, they get too big and kind of unpalatable.
Well, and we've seen his last batch was pretty big.
Mm-hmm. Some of them were big.
Yeah.
Sandy asked me, what am I supposed to do with this? I said, well, snap it and put it in with the beans that you did, and we won't know which one it is.
Oh, okay. That was the big one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. We got to take a quick break. Come back, we'll talk to you about Pruskies, and we'll answer your gardening questions when you call us and be a part of the show. Or come on out, get your tickets to Festival of Flowers just by asking a simple question on the air. Back in a moment on 9:30 a.m., The Answer. And welcome back to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Don't forget, if you are looking for delicious food to serve over this Memorial Day weekend or any day of the week, you need to head over to Pruski's Market in Atkins, Texas. At Pruski's, you will find everything that you need to create a great meal, from outstanding steaks like the Yanta Ranch's beef you can find they've got the terrific sausage, the award-winning sausage at Pruski's. And let's see what else. You've got a great poultry, rabbit, any kind of food you're looking for, you'll find at Pruski's Market, and outstanding service.
Well, and if you got an event
Yep.
scheduled, you get you want
To get the party
one
tray.
of those trays.
Yep.
Wow, they do a great job there, and the food tastes good, and it's attractive, and they'll accommodate. Always a good group to deal with.
Yeah, they sure will. They absolutely will, and they are service-oriented. It's kind of that old-fashioned meat market experience, so check them out at 10140 Highway 87. That's Highway 87 between 410 and 1604. And, again, that's Prewski'sMeatMarket.com, Prewski'sMeatMarket.com. All right.
Now, they might recognize that name from down there south of Bear County
Yep, I
into
bet
Wilson
they will,
County.
yes.
There are a few Prewskis.
There are just a few.
Yeah.
Edmund has commented on that. I kind of asked him casually, are you related to... Yeah, we're all related. You can't, I think he was going to throw a stone without hitting a Prewski down here. But yep, they're proud. All right, 210-308-8867. Y'all talk for a second. I got to go run for a moment.
Are you running away?
No. I'm coming right back.
Okay.
Hey, Mark.
Look for the flares.
Why don't you, my article yesterday talked about one of the issues was the excessive acorn. Tell us a little bit about that.
And you
that acorn,
Yeah.
that massive production of acorn, how that relates to the well-being of the tree.
So, last couple of years, we've experienced what is called a mass drop, I'm sorry. There you go. I was looking for the word. Mass drop, and that is every 5 to 7 years, oaks will drop an extraordinary amount of acorns. And the idea is that during these events, they will ensure some progeny getting started. Now, they always drop acorns, but certain years they'll drop an excessive amount. Now, it may be tied to drought events as well, that they figure there's going to be a couple of years of drought, and the tree's going, well, I better reproduce now, or it's going to be too late. Or they go, well, it's going to break. We're in the middle of drought, and it's going to break. I'm going to reproduce now. It's not quite certain what it is, but it is tied to the weather. And these 5 to 7 events, historical events. Now, you did mention quite correctly that not all these little roots that you may see in your yard are from acorns. Most of the time, they are from the mother tree, from the roots. And they're mowing.
Well, are there other techniques?
I was thinking of that as I was eating my eggs yesterday. I said, you can use the organic, air quotes, organic herbicide, because it's not really killing plants, it's just burning them off. So it is 1 gallon
vinegar or something?
The 1 gallon of strong vinegar, that's 18% or more, 2 ounces of orange oil, and 2 squirts of Dawn dish soap, or any kind of dish soap. I just like Dawn. And that will burn the leaves off the twigs, but it's not going to harm the mother tree. So I thought, wow, that's another technique on that one. The other ones we do, mow them down repeatedly. Try to cover them up with liripe and mondo grass or Asiatic jasmine, because it looks very similar.
Well, if it's part of the PAWS program, with cardboard, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could do that, but that might damage some of the tree roots as well as the little roots. But it is a problem. We never try to make light of it, but a lot of people are very concerned about it. It's messing up their landscape, and they have an entire yard of sprouts. We do not know exactly why some trees have more sprouts than others. We do not know that. But sometimes that's due. Sometimes yards.
Well, it's easy for us, or some of us, me included, have the inclination to blame it on our shallow soil. But that doesn't explain why some trees do and some trees don't.
Well, yeah, and that's absolutely correct. If you have very shallow soils, the tree roots are not going to go down into the caliche rock, bigger and bigger and bigger on the shallow depth, and then all of a sudden you see them all the time. yeah, that's a couple of different methods on correcting the root sprouts.
But it's a natural survival mechanism.
Yes, it is. In areas where they used to have extreme drought and periodic fires. Oh my, that would be San Antonio.
Hey, I think we got a question from the crowd. Did you have a question? Yes. Will you come on the air with us?
Sure.
All right, grab the mic. You'll be on the air, and these guys will be able to hear you.
So I love the smile of this gentleman coming up there. He was like going, I got something for the guys.
Well, I am curious. So I'm showing you a picture of a hibiscus that was one of the yellow with a crimson throat. And last summer we went on a vacation in late August, and it didn't get watered, so it almost died. But when it came back this orange color. Have you ever seen that?
Things that would affect the color would be nutrition.
That's what I assumed.
So
deficient in one thing and not something else?
That would be my guess.
It did after a few weeks.
They don't just change their spots.
Yeah.
So somehow or another it didn't get something it wanted.
Now, are hibiscus like hydrangeas as pH oriented?
Not that I know of.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I wouldn't think so. But I've been wrong before. My wife says I'm wrong all the time.
I'm inclined to agree with you. And after a few weeks, it returned to the yellow color.
That's why he was smiling. He already knew the answer.
No, I don't know why it happened. I'm really curious about that. That's not my real question. When you cut down something, there's some material you can put on it to keep it from re-sprouting. And I was driving, so I couldn't take notes.
Oh, I can show.
So I have a Vitex that is.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
It's just awful. And it's been cut back several times, I'm sure, because it's got like a bunch of trunks, and I'd like to cut it back as far as I can and keep it from ever coming back and invading the fence and et cetera, et cetera.
I don't know the old name, but it's a Fertilome brand.
Yeah.
And I want to say cut vine stump killer, but it's some version of those words.
I think
so they took out the cut, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Vine and stump killer.
And it comes in a couple of different sizes, but if Trace wants to, he can show you where it is. It took me a while. I had to look a little bit where it was. But I just bought some to use on a chinaberry.
And if I understood it from what I was hearing, was it comes with a brush, and I just need to brush it.
The little baby one comes with a brush.
You don't brush the center. You brush the edges.
The cambium.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's left of the stump too.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you very much. Trace is going to go help him. But, he got a pair of Festival of Flower tickets just for asking his question on the air. So it's that simple. Lots of folks are coming by and doing that today.
I hope we remember that we're supposed to go on Saturday.
I will remind you.
Okay, good. Okay. Now,
thanks,
this
Dad.
this is the same. This is the same.
Yep.
We are all sharing the worry here on the table.
I don't know. They're here somewhere.
Send some prayers our way.
Thank you.
Looking for the keys.
My keys.
Yeah, I just can't believe we won't find them. You know, they'll be hanging someplace in front of our nose.
Very simple. Yep, exactly.
Right in front of our face.
All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867.
We haven't talked much about that cuffia there, that brave.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting that the hummingbird liked it. By the way, what was that hummingbird? Do you remember?
Black chin.
Black chin.
Male black chin.
Okay. Yes. And so that has been one of my favorites. It's also in that family.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
the bees love Mexican.
It's there. Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. And then there's another one which is tall and has an orange flower. The variety is David Ferratus, but I can't think what the plant's name is. But that Cuphea is a big family.
It's not a disciplined plant, but the red intense flowers. Saws used to have it. I don't know if they're still there over there by their office. They used to have it growing the back of the parking lot, 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And had just that color intense. And I was thinking it was in, if I think about it as being a plant that does best in sun, but I actually think it was in a lot of shade over there.
Right, and that's where I would go with this one if I could get a couple hours of sun and then mostly shade in the afternoon. The one I'm talking about is the bat-faced Kufia. So that's red and black, and it looks like a little bat's face. Mm-hmm. I'll get one for you during the break.
Yeah, no, I've seen them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, but that's where I think that it should have some shade, not full sun.
It's in the same. I think it's in the same league in terms of being an interesting plant in porterweed.
Mm-hmm. Looks very similar to me.
And both of them are great. Really attract the pollinators. So. Let's turn around, Milton, to look and see if we still have the porterweed left. Do we?
I think so. Yeah, look at
Okay.
Just the red.
Good.
Now, Trace was pointing to the purple somewhere.
Well, the red is my favorite, but the purple is pretty too. I've got them both, and there's. I was a little worried about the purple blooming as much as the red, but so far they're both blooming, constant blooming, and both attracting the pollinators. So.
And what likes Duranta? Is
fall. The reason I got used to it is that one of my neighbors grew it, and it was covered with butterflies, including monarch during the fall migration. So it's another one. It's in that league along with Esperanza and Firebush and Doralis. All those we've talked about. Point Sienna.
Yeah, it's a pretty plant, and it has two pretty periods with the berries on one and the flowers on the other. Yeah, the flowers first, then the berries.
Yeah, the berries. You know, it's being a bird advocate. The berries that a plant produces are relished by the birds and eaten fast, but part of the attraction to that plant is that those yellow berries last into the winter. Before they have to get some cold weather before the birds will eat them. So quite often they'll be very attractive, showy until into sometimes the 1st of February, certainly into January.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and get you caught up with the news. In the meantime, give us a call or come on out and ask your gardening question in person. We're at 1604 on Boulevardy Road here at Milberger's Nursery, and we'd love to talk with you. And if not, just call us. We'll answer your question, too, at 210-8867. More of Milberger's Gardening South Texas coming right up. You, of course, are listening to 9:30 a.m. This is The Answer.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Boulevardy Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Our number, 210-308-8867. Or like this gentleman, you can come up and ask. You have a question you want to ask in person? Okay. You'll come on the air with us? Yeah. All right. You're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, this is Ken Figueroa, Master Sergeant, retired United States Army. But I have some aphids. I've been using Nemo oil. Is that the only thing that you can treat the aphids on the live oaks?
No. Now, you got aphids on live oaks?
Yeah, but they look like they're dying, pretty much dying. But is that the main cure for aphids is just neem oil?
No, you got a couple other choices. Now, neem oil would generally, or any kind of horticultural oil, we use primarily in the springtime, winter and spring. Right now, we're going to go with a chemical that is systemic, and you can drench the tree and the tree will take it up.
Okay, because I got two of them. They're cross-pollinating like they're supposed to. One of them's fine, but the other one, I don't know. I was like, why is the aphids on this one and not on the other one?
And this is crepe myrtles?
Or just regular live oaks.
That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
Well,
doesn't ring true, if I want to say it like that.
Okay.
I've never seen aphids.
So they're the little bulbs up that comes up behind the leaves.
All right, so and on the and then they'll gradually turn yellow or red.
Yes, sir.
Those are mites.
Oh, they're mites.
Mites, and there's nothing you can do about them.
And they don't really hurt the tree. How big's your oak tree?
Yeah,
it's about roughly. I got the house in 2021, so you figure about 10, 12 feet. I guess.
So it's a new house, and they planted the new trees with it.
Yeah. They put it. Yeah, they came with the house.
So a lot of those trees that come with the house are planted too deep.
Is that what they is?
So I would look around the base of the tree, and if it goes straight in the ground like this can of Coke or a telephone pole, it's planted too deep. I need to see a little flare on the bottom of it.
All right.
So check that out. That may be the main cause of it dying back.
All right. It's not dying. It's just it alarmed me. It alarmed me when I saw those. And I was like, are those aphids or what? But you're telling me they're mites. So.
The technical name is aerophytid mites.
Okay.
And they are they make galls, and GALLS. And in the fall when they turn a yellow and red, I just go, they're God's Christmas ornaments in the live oaks. So don't worry about them. They don't inhibit photosynthesis a whole lot, maybe a little bit, but we don't know why some trees get them and some trees do not.
I'm testing out the oil pots, the terracotta pots. Yeah. I'm trying that now. I'm sticking those in there, and it's working osmosis, and it seems to be pretty cool, man. It's working out. So what do you think about those?
What the gentleman is talking about is OLLA.
They call them OIAs.
Yeah. So you submerge this pot into the ground, and you pour full water, fill it full of water, and it gradually.
When the roots need the water, they take it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Put it out in the ground on that. It's really cool. Check it out. I hope everyone would check it out because it's great. It's a good thing. Oh. Now, do you live out east?
I'm in Cibolo.
How did I know? Yeah, because heavy clay soil. Yeah. And so those would be really good for that area.
All right. I appreciate you guys, and I enjoy your show.
And we're going to give you a pair of tickets to Festival of Flowers. You come on out, and I think your doggies are making friends.
They always do that. They always do that, sir. Hey, again, my name's Ken, and it's nice meeting you guys.
Man.
Can she give the dogs some water?
Yeah, she can if they're thirsty.
Yeah.
Hey, again, thank y'all.
Thank you. You take care, man. We'll see you next week.
He has some of the cutest dogs
yeah.
in the world. Small husky and a small mix.
Yeah.
Now, usually I like the darker version, but that's a very nice version.
That's why I was
confused.
Yeah, the husky.
All right. 210-308.
Sorry, we're talking dogs now.
Yeah, I know. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. And yes, he got a pair of tickets to the Festival of Flowers just for coming up and asking his gardening question in person. What is the Festival of Flowers? It's the premier garden. What's that? You ask?
You ask?
It is the premier gardening event of the season. It is a great event. It's all gardening, with the exhibitors. It's got terrific seminars that start there. The Organic Roundtable, if you are interested in learning more about organic gardening. The Kids Zone, Gardening Zone. Lots of exhibitors, featured guests, seminars going on. The Plant Exchange that takes place throughout the day is a lot of fun, and people are serious about that. There also is going to be, it's co-sponsored by the San Antonio Water System, so it is going to have, they'll be there, plus they'll be giving away 1,000 free plants. So while supplies last, you can get a free plant. Mark says choose from one of 4. And, so lots of stuff going on. You can find out more about it at festivalofflowerssanantonio.com. Tickets are $10 for adults. Children under 10 are free. And the parking is absolutely free at the Alzafar next Saturday from 9 to 5. So head on over there, be there, and come on over and ask your gardening question in person. We have just an hour left. you ask that gardening question in person, I'll give you a pair of tickets to the Festival of Flowers if you ask it on the air.
Milton, can I buy a hot tub there?
Probably not. No, it's all gardening.
How about windows?
Generally, no. So let's see. I'll look at the exhibitors.
Fancy brooms?
If it's for, if they're doing it for brooms for gardening, maybe yes. But yeah, you'll check it out at festivalofflowers.com. But yes, you'll find volunteer groups. You'll find people. Yep, just tons of people. Yep.
Organic, traditional.
And people you haven't seen in a year. So
all different kinds of gardening methods.
Yep. So come on out and enjoy Festival of Flowers, and come on out and ask your gardening question in person, and we're going to give you a pair of tickets.
Did you say that they had places to stash your purchases?
Yes, they do.
Come back and pick up later?
Yeah. So if you get something,
it's always annoying because then you got to carry it around with you, and that's pretty cool.
In other words, you buy some plants. And then store them and go to the organic roundtable.
There you go. Or buy some more plants.
Or listen to David in the morning.
Yeah. So you can store them somewhere, and they'll then you just kind of take the ticket and bring it to them when you're done.
Yep. You don't want to leave them in your car.
No.
No,
the plants don't like that.
No, they don't.
All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. All right, what else is going on, gentlemen, in the gardening world? Do we have any new veggies or herbs?
No, we didn't.
I think we got some bay laurel in this week.
Okay.
That's
a tree, right?
Can be. I would grow it in a bush in a pot, but that is one of the most expensive herbs that you can buy dried. Why not spend the exact same money and buy a plant, and you still have the plant every time that you
and
harvest.
It's fresh.
What do you use it for?
Italian cooking.
One bay. You always see one bay leaf in the pot, whether it be Italian wedding soup or maybe see what else. Osabuca.
Red beans and rice.
Yes, they make a version of that.
Yep. Chalmette Burt will call us and tell us about putting bay leaves in red beans and rice.
Anyway, we have a lot of squash transplants, and we have a lot of peppers. We just got some new peppers, it looks like, Trace. But as I mentioned yesterday, looking at the seed racks, we have a lot of peppers, a lot of different peppers. I counted at least 15 or 16 different peppers that we can get on the seed rack.
Did you look at the rack that on the wall in between the doorways?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's one. That's the real aha one. It's a whole wall of peppers.
Okay.
That's where the majority of those.
Third of the wall.
Yeah.
Third of a panel on a wall.
Yeah.
So
our gardener that was here
yesterday.
He was
pepper.
It seemed like he was kind of heartbroken that the ghost pepper was not the hottest one here anymore.
Yeah, he said now it's moved down to third hottest pepper or something.
Yeah.
I still think that has to do with pH, though.
With the pH?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I've heard.
So the more alkaline, the better, or the more alkaline,
the more alkaline, the hotter.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I heard that rumor.
Man, it makes sense on that. The physiological processes that are going on in the pepper. But that's a segue.
Yes, segue.
As Calvin mentioned in one of his recent articles, summertime is okra, pepper, and eggplant time. And southern peas.
Was there any Oscar okra out there?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
So that was my the one on the very end. Milton, can you see the plants on the very end, the very tall green ones? That's all Oscar okra.
Oh, okay. It's a good-looking plant.
How about the eggplant? What kind of eggplants, Mark? Do you remember?
Well, that's also we have all seed. We have seed for 3 different kinds out there, but we don't have. I didn't see any seed for the Ichiban. Out there, I don't think we have any eggplant left.
Okay, the transplant. Yeah,
the transplant.
Eggplant would be better this time of year with transplants.
I may be wrong, but there's a lot of squash that need homes. Please call now.
Still cucumbers?
Provide a home. Right home.
Are there still cucumbers? I don't think there were last week, were there?
I think there's zucchini and squash up there.
Good deal. And there's I bought some Anaheim peppers last week, and got them in the ground already, so that's good.
Yeah. We still have Aladdin.
Maybe it was Aladdin I got.
I think you got Aladdin.
I think you're probably right. Do they have Anaheim out there?
I don't believe so.
No, I think you're Aladdin.
Yeah, earlier in the season they had not Anaheim per se. They had a variety of long pepper.
Cayenne.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Maybe even Bert has a red beans and rice recipe.
Using bay leaf?
Using bay leaf.
Three ingredients.
Red beans, rice, and bay leaf.
Yeah.
And ham. You want to put some
ingredients.
ham? Four ingredients, yeah. All righty. 210-308-8867. Trace, what kind of questions are you getting? Is it still about grass?
It's almost always about grass.
Oh, okay. What are folks asking? Is it the heat or the dry?
So I think the most asked question is, why is my grass under the tree doing okay, but the rest of my grass is not?
Yeah. I noticed that.
The trees sucking up all the water?
I noticed that in the neighborhood, too.
It's the other way around.
Yes, I know. It's the other way around.
So they don't water good enough, Milton.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how many. I probably couldn't even count on fingers and toes how many times this week I told people with sprinkler systems that they need to do an irrigation audit, and they need to see how long each section really needs to be.
Did you have a question? Can we ask it on the air? Come on. Wait, hold on. He's going to give you the microphone, and you'll be on the
microphone, or you can hold it right there.
You'll be great.
Oh yeah,
Is it too late to plant zoysia sod?
Oh, lovely segue.
Never too late. You can plant when it's 0 or 120.
Okay, now wait. For asking your question on the air, you get a pair of tickets to next week's Festival of Flowers.
So when it's hot like this, soil prep's always important, but it's even more important now so that you can get good soil-to-soil contact. It's even more important to roll the grass after you're done. Don't leave gaps between them. Lay them like a brick pattern, offset seams, and keep it watered.
There you go. That was easy.
And call ahead if you want something here.
There we had a grass question, just like you said.
Yeah.
All right.
I forgot where I was at. Oh, irrigation audit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody always talks to me in time, and that doesn't tell me anything because everybody's water pressure is different. So they need to do this irrigation audit at the same time they normally water every day, or not every day, but their day of the week. And they need to see how long it takes to put at least an inch worth of water out in Dixie cups or cat food cans, whatever they've got that can be randomly set out, and actually measure how much water is going out, and then you'll know the amount of time it takes to put that out.
Yeah.
Throughout the yard.
Okay.
That's the critical thing. What we're talking about is not only the amount, the pressure, but is it evenly distributed throughout the yard?
Not all sprinkler heads are necessarily working correctly. They may not all be the same. Could be Frankenstein system. And,
they're used to. When we did the analysis, 70% sometimes were not applying.
Oh, you were generous. It was more like half, 50 to 60%, or not. We're not. That was what we call uniformity distribution. They weren't.
Now you don't want to. What Trace is talking about is determining for the long term how long you need to run your sprinkler. But when you put your new sod in there, at first you're putting frequent shallow watering so that you get that roots started in a contact with the soil, and then you eventually graduate to a deeper watering. So check that out. Yeah, and again, one of the most important things is that rolling that sod. That really makes a difference. You can
You need to get good soil-to-soil contact.
Yeah, and those grass species are selected because they respond to our soil as bad as it can be sometimes, but they will do the job if you do those minimal requirements.
Yeah, it's always the depth of soil. It's always the critical factor.
So that's one question I always ask when they're asking, well, what kind of grass should I put? So how much sun and how much soil do you have? Because that can determine whether you're going to be successful or not be successful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting to be harder and harder to... The answer to that question sometimes, most of the time now, is too much shade. Too much shade. So we're talking, if you got 6 hours of sun, then you're going to have a potential for a successful lawn.
So
now, but Trace is saying they're saying that underneath all that shade, their grass was looking great.
Temporarily.
Yeah. So why was that, Trace? Because of the transfer?
They're not watering good enough. Because grass sweats very similar to us, just like plants.
Okay.
And so the hotter it is and the windier it is, the more you need to irrigate. Well, in the shade, it's not as hot.
Gotcha.
So you could actually get away with probably a half to 3/4 of an inch. I still prefer everybody to do the inch or better, not necessarily weekly, as needed, but always the same amount.
Okay.
That makes sense? So in the winter, you still want 1 inch or better of water, but it might only be every third or fourth week.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. Yeah, and tomorrow's our watering day, so I got to get up for 5 in the morning to start watering.
Yes. So...
you can't set your irrigation system?
No, I don't. I'm the irrigation system.
So, again, everyone out there, go back how my dad used to do it. You get a nice lawn chair.
Mm-hmm.
You get the radio out so you can listen to the Tigers, and you have little hose, and you're watering back and forth, and enjoying the shade or the sunlight and the nice breeze in the morning.
So I got my wife one of those egg timer watering things because she kept saying, I don't want to wake up at 11 to turn everything off.
Yeah.
12 o'clock. I said, well, use the timer I got you. No, I don't trust it. I'm just going to get up.
Does it hurt so the timer would turn it off at 11, right?
Right.
But
however many times, it's like an egg timer. So you set it for going for 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever you're.
Now, does it matter if it's still got the pressure on the?
Well, that's built for that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So could you have a hose explode or something like that? Unlikely, but possible.
You put it on the faucet,
and
then you put it on with the hose.
Right.
So it will shut down. Stop the pressure. It's built for the pressure of the hose. But
okay.
It's essentially you're turning off the faucet.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, do y'all sell timers?
Yes.
All right.
Electric where you can battery operated and as well as egg timers.
Okay. Very cool. That would help a lot.
To me, the egg timers are a safer bet.
Are a safer bet?
I agree.
Oh, then why?
Oh no. Then an irrigation system? Yes.
Oh, I mean
in-ground irrigation system will fail. It's not if or when. It is when it will fail.
Okay.
So one step below that is a nice hose, nice sprinkler, and an egg timer.
Okay.
I think that's the most efficient in the world.
Very cool.
Making a broad statement there, I know.
Oh, I know. That's okay. We love broad statements here. All right, 210-308-8867. We're going to take a quick break. While we do, give us a call and tell us what's going on in your gardening world. 210-308-8867. More of Milberger's Gardening South Texas is coming up. Live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 on Bulverde Road. There's still about 40 minutes to come and get a pair of tickets. So all you got to do is say hi and ask a question on the air. That's it. The Festival of Flowers. Back after this on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. 210-308-8867, or come ask your gardening question in person. Did you have a question? All right, come on up. Can Will you ask it on the air? Grab that mug. You'll do great. It's easy. I promise you. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
What's that?
Milton. Trace, look at that.
Oh, she wants to know what it is. Okay, that was easy. All right, 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Is that what she's got, Mark? Is that what it is? All right, they're looking at what she's brought, and I'll let y'all help her. All right, whoops, there we go.
So it is broadleaf weed, and so we recommend a 2,4-D product, or we'll confirm when he gets done.
Okay.
But there's a couple of different formulations we have here, and I never can remember which one is temperature related.
Oh, okay.
Trace
He'll know, because he's brought that up before.
Yes.
All righty. We'll find out in just a second. But, yep. And Calvin, what did Calvin write about? Was that about the okra?
That was sprouts. We talked about
that.
Oh,
okay, the okra.
No, the little acorns.
Oh, yeah.
Some years, every 5 to 7 years, the oak seemed to produce a whole lot of acorns, and it may be temperature related,
also
or weather related.
Also, the seedlings that come up at the base. A lot of people are exploring or curious about whether they can use a herbicide to address it.
Oh, yeah, because they're worried it'll go into the tree itself.
Yeah. We generally don't recommend, but Mark brought up the fact that you, if it's just a contact herbicide that doesn't travel through the cambium layer or through the system, that it just burns the foliage, that might work and not hurt the tree.
Right. So, yes, I was eating my eggs and reading Calvin's article in the morning, and I went, what about using the orange oil and vinegar?
Oh, okay. Why orange oil?
Rather than what's going on Facebook, which is erroneous. People do not read Facebook, please.
Oh, what's happening on Facebook?
Facebook's going vinegar and Epsom salts. Never.
Oh, that's odd.
No, don't ever put Epsom salts or salt of any kind.
Okay.
Orange oil, that's the recommendation for an herbicide. It's slightly different for your fire ants. It's water and 3 ounces of orange oil. But this is vinegar. Herbicide is vinegar, 18% or more, 2 ounces of orange oil, and 2 shots of vinegar. Dawn. Dishwater.
So
dish soap.
And why is that?
I just got used to using the Blue Dawn dish soap.
Penetrates.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's a spreader sticker. But I just got used to using it for the fire ant. Actually, they did tests, and the fire ant killer using the Blue Dawn tends to be more effective. With the water and orange oil.
Now, I would have thought about I know y'all have mentioned spraying trees and stuff, that it helps them absorb, or grass or stuff. It
penetrate.
Yeah, but I didn't know about the fire ants.
We just over time, it's real interesting. A&M did a lot of research on that, and it seemed that Blue Dawn was the most effective.
It gets the job done in terms of giving the chemical access to the plant surface, but it is not much of an environmental threat, or it's predictable and easy to use.
Hey, we have a James on the line.
Hey, James.
Al says it's a different James. 210-308-8867. What's going on, James? How can we help you?
Hey, I bought an elephant ear bulb the other day. One of the area trees. And is it too late to plant them?
No.
What is it?
Elephant ears, Coleaceae.
Oh.
Yeah.
And no, it's never too late. Except in deep winter. You wouldn't do it in deep winter.
Yeah. Now, how far down do I bury them?
Oh, well, here's the expert.
Elephant ear bulbs.
Elephant ear bulbs. So how far down? I would say not hardly at all, just below the soil.
So when we plant them, like if we have leftovers and we put them in to pot them up, we're going to leave about half that bulb above soil.
Okay.
Especially when it's cooler out. So that way it leaves out faster, less of a chance of rotting.
Okay. All right. That's all I got.
No, great question, James. Thanks for calling.
James. You can have baby bulbs, and you can have bulbs the size of footballs.
Yeah. So I had said just below the surface, but your technique makes sense as well.
Okay, y'all mentioned Epsom salt a minute ago.
Yeah.
Can you throw the Epsom salt water out in your yard? Is it good for the grass?
No.
No.
Well, I would never put salt of any kind in the soil, but Epsom salt is, what is that, magnesium sulfide?
Mm-hmm. It is
fertilizer.
Yeah. So it would have some fertilizing effect on it.
Yeah. In fact, I think David, I could be wrong. I think David suggests that to be used on tomatoes to free up calcium, so that you don't get blossom end rot.
Yeah, it is a calcium or cation exchange technique where you're exchanging one cation for another, and so it makes sense.
So you can throw it out there.
You can. On specifically on tomatoes, they need a lot of free calcium to prevent blossom end rot. And so this idea is like in clay soils, you're putting down the Epsom salt so the magnesium exchanges with the calcium, so the calcium is freed up for the plant to take up by its roots.
Salt in general, though, is not recommended.
Well, certainly you'd never want to put sodium chloride down. That's not very good for the plants. And so I just kind of
throw it down the drain.
Yeah, well, I was going to say is you have to know your salt. All fertilizer, well, not all fertilizer, all manufactured fertilizer is actually salt, and so you always have to be careful of what salt you're putting down and what are the benefits.
So I bought a product to go on my patio in between the cracks of the stepping stones so the grass wouldn't grow up, and guess what its main, when you break it down to what it is, it was salt.
Huh.
So just like the Bible, at some point there's enough salt you can't grow anything.
Yes.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Well, and that's, it's not as much of a problem now, but when water softeners, we used to have real problem with that salt.
So people wanted to use the gray water. Great idea.
Yeah.
If the water softener if they're using a lot of sodium chloride, then you don't really want to use that. Now, if they were using potassium chloride, that would benefit the yard and the plants. So you had to know what type of product you were using.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot for your help.
Thank you, James. You take care. All right, that'll free up a line at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Are there other bulbs that you can plant now?
Cannas, if you can find them.
Okay. Oh.
Caladiums. I think I still have a handful of caladiums and a handful of elephant ears.
Oh, okay, good.
And that's probably about it.
A few daylilies there.
Already growing, yes.
All right, 210-308-8867. Again, this is a tax-free weekend, but it only applies to water-saving stuff. Is this national or just local?
Texas.
Is it Texas?
Texas.
Texas, okay. Texas tax is free.
Well, I was going to say national. You went, and then Trey said Texas.
Okay.
We know it's Texas. We don't know about
sales tax.
Sales tax is city.
Depending on your viewpoint.
Is it state? Okay.
Depending on your viewpoint, you could say it's national because it's the state of Texas.
Okay. So anyway, this is on water-saving products, including plants, like soaker hoses. What you mentioned, the Coco Loco.
Yep.
What were some other things?
Polymers, mulches, compost, sphagnum. My assumption is cocoa coir is in there.
Okay, so
plants, mostly plants.
Yeah,
including grass, which that actually surprises
yeah, that's
me.
you had mentioned that yesterday. I went, really?
That's a big savings.
8.25%.
Yeah,
off of an already good price.
Yep.
Well, it's not really off of it. You're just not paying
You're not
that
paying
extra.
it. Yeah, there you go. So it's, and then just out of curiosity, I can't remember. Like if I get okra, does that have tax on it anyway?
It does not.
Because it's edible. So edible plants, veggies, and things like that don't have sales tax?
So...
Like food in the store?
Yes, but it's not like it used to be.
Oh, okay.
So, like fruit trees used to be tax exempt. Now they are not.
Oh, huh.
So if it is a fruit-producing item that lives for more than a year, then it is taxable.
Huh.
If it doesn't, then it's not. So there's some fine lines, because Texas is a big state.
Right.
So, what's perennial here might not be perennial in Dallas.
Oh.
So it's always a question.
A landscape plant versus a vegetable or a food plant. Stuff. But...
He can't hear.
I thought maybe you found your cave.
All right, there you go. All right, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. You're fine. You're fine. All right. So that's going on this weekend. You can go to Milberger Nursery for more information, including tomorrow. And Milberger's is open on Memorial Day, so it'll be a good time to head on over. All right, let's take a quick break. While we do, give us a call, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867.
How many more minutes left?
Just about 20 minutes left, so plenty of time. All right, back
for
in a
you
moment.
to come over here.
Yeah, on 9:30 a.m., The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Garden in South Texas on 9:30 a.m., The Answer. 210-308-8867, or we still have time to come on out and ask a gardening question on the air, and we'll give you a pair of tickets to Festival of Flowers next weekend at the Alzafar, where we will be. Is the Vitex still blooming, or is ours kind of given up?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, the Vitex
they moved them out to the front.
Oh, okay. And then the big one's still blooming. It looks like there's some purple there.
So if yours is truly giving up, you know what you're supposed to go do, right?
Trim off
the seed pods.
Okay.
It cleans up the plant so it looks nicer, but increases your chances of
Getting
a rebloom.
Okay.
In another 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, I can do that tonight. And Althea, our Rose of Sharon, is blooming. It's gorgeous. And the hummingbirds love it. Yeah, I didn't think that was a hummingbird plant. But yeah, we've had two or three that we've seen.
The flowers, things of flowers.
Yeah.
They're slightly cone-shaped.
They're purplish.
The throat is.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay.
Another
I
plant.
think with a white, dark throat and white.
Another one of the Mexican olive surprised me is that hummingbirds like it so well, too.
Well,
do we have
again,
that?
That's enough, yeah.
We do. I think 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's a really nice plant because that's flowering all summer long. It's a small tree.
Yeah, we talk about it being sometimes being a fall bloomer, but gosh, it seems like it blooms over a long season.
You go to Corpus, it's all like in bloom all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. They're a great plant.
We are on the northern extreme range. I would not plant one. I say every 4 or 5 years it may go away.
Freeze back, but
in general they come back.
So we are doing a large landscape job, but I can't remember if it's a hotel or apartments or anyways, a very large job. And so we actually brought in a bunch of them for just that specific place.
Mm-hmm. Is it in town or in downtown or south side or west side?
I have not been there.
I
have ordered plants for there, but I have not physically been there.
I think you need to go there and inspect those plants. I'm thinking it's a large hotel project.
I know it's large. That's as much as I can tell you.
A large fancy hotel.
3 phases, and we're on phase 2.
Okay, yeah. And Milberger's is mainly commercial landscaping. Do they do personal too, or
when there's time?
Yeah.
In fact, we do have some emails. So if you do want to try to do some residential landscaping, it's landscaping@milbergersa.com. If you need irrigation, it's irrigation@milbergersa.com.
Okay. And if you need the nursery?
Nursery@milbergersa.com, or call us.
Yeah, that 210-497-3.
us.
Yeah, 210-497-3760. Yes, sir.
No, I was just laughing about that. I was just waiting for you to go through the whole, because I knew all the addresses.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, you're forgetting what, and you got it.
Yeah, there we go. Nope, I knew. All righty.
We did leave out one, but probably best we do.
And any Whoppers coming in next week?
They weren't on the availability.
What's up with those Whoppers? Did you talk to David?
Let's start placing money on it. Are we at 8 or 9 weeks? What they said?
It's weird.
It was one of those things he just didn't answer.
Question, just avoided the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if David's listening, hey,
yeah, we want an answer, David.
We'll even give you 2 free tickets to the.
Yeah, I will, David. Yeah. David, by the way, will be speaking, one of the first speakers at Festival of Flowers, and you can find out more at festivaloflowers@sanantonio.com. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308, and you spotted a butterfly.
Yeah, a giant swallowtail. Right?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. What other nature are folks seeing? Saw some beautiful cardinals at somebody's house the other day. They were gorgeous.
Still, we're talking about continuing drought. So if you're looking for some way to accommodate and help the birds, you might want a bird bath.
Mm-hmm.
We got a pretty good selection of bird baths as well. So I'm assuming the bats have returned, and
yes.
I still have nobody in my bat hotel.
No.
Even though the vacancy sign has been on?
Yeah. Well, you've offered
years.
You've offered 2 for 1.
Yeah. I was even looking at it a couple days ago that I might need to take it down and repaint it.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm surprised that Steve Brown hasn't contacted you, and you guys can go and lament at the tavern, because he was trying to attract the bats for a number of years and never had any good luck with it. We teased the heck out of him. But.
Oh, that's nice of you to make him feel worse about his bad situation. Yeah, jeez.
About his bat situation?
His bat situation, that's right. Do y'all have bat houses too here?
No.
Okay. I was just curious.
I could probably make a few.
You should make a few of them.
We enjoy bats every.
Well, they don't get worn out.
Right?
Milton.
In Southtown, yeah, we do.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to worry about them getting worn out from overuse.
Well, they get rained on. Do you stain it? Ours just kind of faded away with the weather.
So I used a stain for cutting boards, so it would be food safe in case they didn't like the smell of whatever else I was doing.
Oh, okay.
It's certainly a worthy topic. They're a wonderful, important part of the environment.
I wonder if that place in the hill country is the tunnel has got bats yet.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so. It ends in October, I think, and it starts in spring. 867 210-308-8867.
Old Tunnel State Park.
Is that what it is?
There you go.
It's an old railroad tunnel.
It is.
Here comes Pat.
On Old San Antonio Road, or otherwise known as Old Number 9.
Oh, number 9.
Yeah.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9?
Yeah.
That's apparently.
Did you get that reference?
Apparently, the route that the farmers from that area would put their product on to get it to San Antonio to sell.
All right. Hang on, Pat. We got Chalmette Bert on the line at 210-308-8867. Where you at, Bert?
Today, my KP duty is cooking, and I happen to hear you talk about red rice and beans, and I was like, oh, okay, I got to remember this one, because it was always on a Monday in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
That is for certain. And then, all right, then I'll just say, and what we had, I remember also, Wednesday was Italian, whether it was with tomato sauce or Alfredo, you switched up. And Friday was always seafood.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense.
and everything had the Trinity. I think the Trinity was the New Orleans variant of mirepoix, the French mirepoix, but it was celery, onions, and bell peppers.
Mm-hmm. And you saute them, and you. What are you creating when you saute them? You're put a little flour, and you're creating that.
A roux, yeah.
Roux.
I always soak the beans overnight because as the oldest of a family of 6, we didn't have all these smart pots and everything that you program. And my smart pot was when I was a child, when we was cooking, was come home from and put it on the back burner to get it warmed up. And
I always heard you soaked them so that you would have less gas.
Yeah, they.
That's what I was told too. And so to making the beans, we just, like you said, while the beans were simmering, I'd saute the Trinity, and then they had 3 different meats we flavored with. One was a ham hock, so you didn't need to add any salt with that. And then the other one was Patton's hot sausage. And I don't remember. Well, that was just different days of the week. One time one Monday it was ham hocks, the next Monday it was hot sausage, and the next Monday it was smoked sausage. It was like a kielbasa they got here. So and then you just and the meat and the red beans were always camellia red beans, and the rice was
cool. Thank you, Bert.
Hey, I got a question about you were talking about and bay leaves. We had a bay leaf. I know it's like a shrub, but we call it the bay leaf tree because we let the suckers and everything grow on it, and it was like 12 feet tall. So we supplied the whole neighborhood with bay leaves. Nobody had to buy bay leaves.
There you go.
And bay leaf went in just about everything. And then a pot the size, I always threw 3 bay leaves in them. And then, but the Mexican oregano, Mark, you were talking about yesterday, is that a succulent? Because I remember one from New Orleans. We called it island oregano.
Yeah, no, Mexican oregano is a bush.
Salvia gregae.
Yes, exactly, and that's what. In fact, I gave the gentleman those 2 options.
And it's not edible?
No.
It's just a decorative.
Yeah, in a pinch. It's not really supposed to be edible.
Did you ever use pigweed? Episote.
Yes, I know what pigweed. Oh, and we were talking about the medieval things. One of the things that I remember was borage that they said they only use in chickweed. I remember that. Also sorrel. I love sorrel. Used to find it wild, and I just pick it and add it to my salad, and it's got a nice lemon peppery flavor.
You can find it around town, and certain nurseries may carry those. Good name for it, medieval herbs.
So, yes, Ellen, who is it? I was looking up, somebody said to get them in touch with the email, and you tell Al the next time I call, I'll get it from him, because I looked up somebody on Plant Answers. I think it was Calvin. I couldn't find a email to get in touch with you with.
Oh, okay.
So that way I can shoot you some of the sites that I go to on YouTube. Ancient knowledge that everybody has forgotten about a lot.
Yeah, you can probably send them to Milton. And
you just Milton at KLUP.com.
Okay, I'll check that out.
All right, thanks, Bert.
Thank y'all. Have a great day tomorrow.
Yeah, you too. Okay.
We'll probably put y'all's 2 emails on the website.
Got a batty guy over here who's got a question, I think. Yes, sir. Here's the mic. You like his shirt?
Hey, you got it. And, of course, just because it's a radio show, I brought pictures.
Just hold them up to the mic.
Last week you were talking about crushing canopy, so we expanded the circle. The problem with the tree right now is the leaves. I'm starting to see some brown leaves. I'll show you that there. And so I'm not sure if that's just normal shock because it's only been in the ground about 2 weeks. Now, it did get an excess of water because we watered it, and then that night is wondering what's up with the brown leaves.
One time shouldn't be in excess. So.
No. What do you think, Trace? Because I'm going, you always get transplant shock.
You always get what?
Transplant shock.
Transplant shock.
So now, if it had already been in the ground without just being transplanted, then I would ask, is that edge of the leaf crispy or is it soggy?
Yellowy and soggy.
Okay,
yellow and soggy.
And that is generally too much irrigation. So if we transplanted this from the ground somewhere else, we probably cut off a lot of the roots that could actually take up water. So it definitely could be an over-irrigation situation.
Now, Pat, also describe your soil.
We got it here. So we got it here and then dug a deep hole. And this is in this trench that they know about. This trench was excavated and backfilled with good soil. So it was in
the trench drain? Did we fill it up with water to make sure the water goes away?
It's it's about 200 feet by 20 inches. It's
a question.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you have in the past mentioned that you have clay and rock, basically clay and rock.
Yeah, below the trench, it's not good soil.
Yeah, it's clay. It's towards Garden Ridge.
It's lousy soil.
So it's getting towards the Blackline Prairie.
Yeah.
So, so the question is still valid. Does it drain well?
So what if it doesn't? What do we do? Just cut back on the watering, or
the amount?
Cut. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Not necessarily frequency, but
yeah.
So what I would also be worried about if it's a trench is which way does the water go?
Right, well, yeah, that's the other thing I was thinking of. When you asked it initially, I'm like, well, it flows that way.
But it's fairly flat,
but the trench may not be fairly flat at the bottom. So it literally could be taking all that water and moving it the one direction or away.
Yeah, I want to understand what you mean. It's about 150 feet, and I'm about 50 feet either way.
So if you get water that starts at one end and it's tilted this way,
Gotcha. That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know the answer. That's a good point. It would be really easy to tell. Just throw a level on the ground. Yeah, that's a good point.
It would be the bottom of the trench.
Yeah,
which is a
level
problem.
on the bottom is where it would,
I don't think I'm making my point, but I know your point, and I know how to answer your question. Yeah, I'm not explaining it well, but it's okay. This is good.
If it's soggy, it's going to probably be too much.
If it's soft and yellowy and the leaves soggy, soggy, too much water.
Yeah, we could cut back. But you acknowledge that we got rid of the canopy.
Yes, so it's no longer the canopy is no longer like it looks like it's in a corset, a 19th century corset, and now it's free to move.
Very good. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pat. Always good questions.
Now, are you going to Festival of Flowers? I think you asked a question last week, right? Yeah. Did you get tickets last week?
We did. You gave us two.
Okay, good. Yeah. Cool. All righty.
You got two more
there's a
friends
Bracken Cave Reserve.
I'm sorry.
You got two more friends that want to go?
Yeah, you want to bless some, Pat. All right, we have to begin to wrap up the show, but we'll see you next Saturday over at Festival of Flowers at the Alzafar. Trace will miss us. And,
I'll call you about 11:30 and ask, why aren't you here?
Yeah, where are you? Sorry.
I'll have slept 7 times.
She'll say, Calvin's here. Where are y'all?
I'll have slept 7 times between now and then.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
We'll forget.
Okay.
I want him to call in with a grass question.
Yeah, call in with a grass question. All right. We will say goodbye for today. Thank you so much to everybody. Thanks to Al for doing a great job. Thanks to you for listening. I'm Milton Glueck. This is Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.